Hello guys, Dusty here with another YouTube channel rambling life update thing, I guess, because it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a quick video telling you guys what's up, what's been going on in the life and times of Dusty 2. So I suppose I mean, first thing, since the last video, I've lost a little over 53 pounds, so that's good. I'm happy about that. Yeah, it's been kind of a long journey over the last. I think it's been like I think I started dieting May 30th of this year, so that'd be May to June to July, July to August, August to September, September to October, October to November. Yeah, so about 5 months now. So about 10 pounds a month. And yeah, a lot of that has came with like lifestyle changes. Like I've gotten into e-biking. I got an e-bike in May as well. You know, when I first got it, I had a little bit of a difficult time, you know, just with any exercise, because I'll tell you, I was 310-ish pounds, maybe a little bit more then. And, yeah, doing any kind of exercise when you're that size is not fun at all. So, yeah, yeah, now, fortunately, I'm on kind of the downward trajectory in weight. And since then, I've gone from exclusively riding that e-bike in assist mode to now I take my road bike out from time to time, and that one's not electric at all. So, but it's been kind of a lifestyle thing that I've really gotten into. So that's kind of been taking up part of my time. The other thing that's taken up another part of my time is work. I've been working a lot and working hard and all that. So hoping for a promotion here soon. It's kind of one of those things where you just kind of have to wait and see and hope that you're the one who gets it and that kind of thing. But yeah, that would be a great improvement in terms of like the other plans that I have, for things and stuff, coming up. Because yeah, you'll know that if you watched the last video, I wasn't able to record in the game room because the game room was sort of under some renovation, so to speak. And that sort of started and ended. And the reason for that is I am out of space, like completely out of space. I mean, like, I'm to the point where my Nintendo 64 games are just stacked in this shelf up here, and like I just have all of my last video's pickups just along this shelf right here, completely disorganized because I don't have any space. I'm out. Like I am out of space. Like I was out of space when I had put in the workbench, which is full of clutter because I'm out of space, when I'd put that workbench in. So, yeah, I have gotten to the point where I am incredibly out of space. So yeah, so yeah, what else? So kind of the reason why I'm going into how out of space I am is because I have decided that I am officially on the housing market. Yeah, I'm just planning on buying a bigger place. And now a reasonable person would look at this time in their life and say, okay, there's things I can get rid of. There's stuff I can, you know, clear up and things that I care about more than others. But like the thing is with me, I'm not really a reasonable person. So, if you didn't notice, yeah, if you didn't notice, I mean, look at how does a reasonable person have that many copies of Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PlayStation 2? I think not. So, yeah, that being said, speaking of that, I think part of the plan to kind of come up with some extra down payment money and all that is going to be to sell some of my duplicate variants, which is something I've never really done before. It's something that I've contemplated doing from time to time. And really, I don't think I'm going to regret it because honestly, like, who needs two copies? Who needs 4 copies of New Super Mario Bros. Wii? Like, I mean, really. And that's just a game to hand. I mean, I've got a couple copies of Sonic Colors right here, too. Oh yeah, there's my other copy of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This is like the cardboard package version. How about Smash Brawl? Who needs every variant of Smash Brawl? And I think the only differences in these are honestly just one of them doesn't mention GameCube compatibility. And then I used to have a series called Variants, and then some of them came with different inserts. It's like, yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's one of them things. And the funny thing is, this one's not even a barcode barcode revision, but it's the one that is specifically doesn't have GameCube compatibility listed because it came out later, after the Wii without GameCube compatibility came out. But anyway, that was a little bit of a divergence. But I think I'm going to keep all my Smash copies. Like, I mean, I'm not going to get rid of the variants of games that I really care about having the variants for. But it's like, with Sonic Colors, for an example, like, one of them's the foil copy and one of them's the non-foil copy. It's almost, well, I think you can tell the difference on camera here. I did get some new equipment, by the way, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, I mean, like, that one, I just dumped the non-foil one at this point, and like, I'd probably be able to sell an additional, like, I have, you can't see it because it's, that side of the bedroom, but bedroom / game room / workshop / office / place where my CRT that hasn't been hooked up to anything for ages just sits. Yeah, oh my goodness. But it's this room is like way over capacity. Like, I think I could justify saying that I should probably move because nobody should have to deal with this much stuff in one confined space. Either that or you should just get rid of some hobbies. But, I'll let you be the judge of my, character and who I am. How about that? But, where was I going with this? I mean, I was going to the point where I have like 400 plus duplicate games that are just straight duplicates. Like, they're duplicates of variants that I need to sell anyway. So I'm going to get rid of those first. And then we're going to figure out, okay, what about all of the stuff on my shelf? What about the 19 copies of like a Trash Twinsanity up on my wall? Do I really need a greatest hits and non-greatest hits copy of Power Drome? Like, and will it make that much of a difference as well, other than with space versus, how I feel about it? Because, I mean, realistically, it's just kind of gotten to the point where, even when I do end up moving, I wouldn't mind having a more curated collection. Now, does that mean I'm going to get rid of my games? No. Does that mean I'm going to get rid of most of my games? No. That would essentially just mean that, like, I don't need 25 copies. Okay, like, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing's a meme. I'm still going to keep my copies of Star Wars Battlefront 2. But, the other games up there that I have multiple copies, greatest hits, like 4 different variants of Code Veronica X on the PS2. It's like, that's all money that could be spent on different things. And if I could spend some of that money on having a bigger game room, which, by the way, the games over there, they're going to go toward the house down payment as well. The additional games up here are going to go towards the house down payment if I do end up selling variants. Because down payments on houses aren't super cheap. And I'd like to have 20% of what I'm buying. And what I'm buying is, going to be, 10% of what I'm buying is going to be like at least $20,000 most likely. So, I would ideally, if I could fill the gap of a couple $1,000s with video games just to have a game room, I think that's fair. I've never been in the business of reselling video games. I've never really like enjoyed that side of thing. The thing that I always used to do is I'd always try to break even, right? So, like, I'd go out, I'd look for video games, and, I'd try to find duplicates and sell those duplicates to pay for the games that I find and kind of make things a wash, right? And that's kind of all the spirit of, the reselling that I've always done, because, like, I don't want to just take games out of the wild that another collector could realistically, stumble across and find. But yet again, it's just as likely, or probably way more likely, that a reseller would, come across them and You know, it's one of those things where now, I mean, like in terms of Goodwills and pawn shops, by the way, if you're wondering, you know, where are all the Goodwill and pawn shop finds, Goodwills and pawn shops are virtually dead in my area finally. It took them a little bit longer than everywhere else, but they've sort of became dead now. Now, I did actually find a game at the Goodwill, and that'll be in my pickup video. But it's a really cool find in my opinion. But yeah, that one. I gotta make sure I know where I put it too, because I don't know where it went. It's got to be somewhere down here, right? You figure. I'm gonna have to look for it and make sure it's in here because it's a cool pickup in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, you know, getting back on track more or less here. Yeah, plan on moving. So that's one of the, you know, between moving and hopefully seeing a promotion sometime here, that should help financially. And of course, I don't think I mentioned yet, but this house I'm actually currently the owner of, purchasing it. And it is paid off April of next year. So got a gnat. In November. That's how crazy the weather's been this year. A freaking gnat in November. I have gnats in November. Like, I left my house for a week and now I have gnats. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, my house is paid off in April of next year. So, and I'm planning on keeping it as a rental property, so that should help me afford a little bit more house, or at least give me a little bit of flex space where I can kind of, you know, buy a little bit more house, so that I have a little bit more space. So, yeah, that's something that I'm going for and hoping for. But yeah, if it ends up taking a little bit after April, that's fine. That's just more money to save up, more down payment. So, you know, I just kind of have to, you know, weigh things out and go from there. But yeah, and once again, that's when I'm really going to be looking like aggressively. But right now, if the right thing comes along, I'll probably buy it. Because, you know, with the Iowa housing market, the thing is, housing's fairly inexpensive. But, you know, there's not a ton of houses, so there's not a ton of people moving, right? So it's like, you know, when a house comes on the market, particularly in one of the small towns that I'm looking at living in, you kind of have to jump on it, or else it'll either disappear, or B, you won't find one again for like 6 or 7 months that, you know, is similar. So yeah, that's that. I did mention some new equipment, by the way, too. I found this guy on clearance at Target. It's a Rode boom arm. I've had cheap mic boom arms for a long time now, and found this one on clearance for $50 at Target. So 50% off. This is a $100 boom arm from Rode. $50. I was like, you know what? Now's the time I go ahead and buy something I don't completely hate. And yeah, this thing's lovely. The only difficult thing is this AT2020 is too light for it. And by the way, the reason why I'm using this AT2020, by the way, I don't think I've ever used this to record a video before, other than like comparing it to other microphones, maybe like, you know, 7 or 8 years ago. But the mic I usually would use is this guy right here for like condenser mics. The mic I usually use is a Electro Voice RE20, but the RE20 just doesn't really work well for pickup videos because you kind of have to be near field to it. Condenser mics are nice because you can kind of lean back and you can still hear me, whereas you wouldn't really be able to hear me all that well with the RE20 if I leaned back like that. I mean, granted, I'm quieter. I do have a compressor on, so I shouldn't be way quieter, but I will be a little bit quieter leaning back like this. But still, you know, it's deciding to move by itself again. But yeah, this mic's too light for it. I'd usually use this Rode NT2, which is not too light for it. The problem is this Rode NT2, if I open her up here, looks like it's had a Jolly Rancher spill inside of it. So yeah, I'm guessing like a cap exploded or something like that. Something happened to make this like it is, and I'm gonna have to try to figure it out and fix it. I'm figuring if not, maybe I might just go ahead and blow the $300 and grab a NT. What are they called? The Rode made a tube microphone that is really cool. And it's sort of a Neumann U47 knockoff, but you can have them for about $300, and I've heard they sound fantastic. So I'll have to do a little bit of looking at that, trying to adjust my microphone stand again. But I'll have to do a little bit of looking at that. I'm gonna try to see if I can, like angle it that way, and then that. There we go. Yeah, that'll be fine. But yeah, in terms of other new equipment, I got this Logitech StreamCam from the pawn shop a little while ago. So I think this is the first time I'm using that as well. And yeah, I like it so far. I think it's decent quality. I mean, I have horrible lighting in here. Like my lighting solution is just a desk lamp with a Kleenex taped to it for a diffuser. So yeah, we're not really operating. Like that's one of the reasons why I need more space for YouTube, is because like recording videos back here is very difficult. Just for lighting purposes, and I have no space back there to set up an actual like mirrorless camera. So, I can't like get the quality that I would want to get. And I know, recording something is probably better than recording nothing. In terms of video quality, as long as the audio quality is there, I don't think that people are like super, particular, or at least I'm not super particular. Like, I'll watch a potato quality video, but if the audio is like really bad, then it's like, okay, yeah, this is going to be really difficult for me to sit through. But yeah, I know something's probably better than nothing, but I am a little bit of a particular person when it comes to the quality of the content, in terms of production quality. I've always tried to be kind of at the bleeding edge of YouTube as much as I can in the budget that I've had. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I don't like using a webcam like this that, doesn't really focus very well, and, doesn't really work particularly amazing. But I do have a good Sony mirrorless camera. I do have solutions to capture it. It's just kind of a matter of having the space to get that all set up and done the way that I want it to be done. So hopefully that will happen when I have a proper game room or office or whatever solution in a bigger house that isn't, a room that's wearing so many hats already, if that makes any sense. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, got myself a new mic arm. So I like it. I like it. It's like, it's super like, for one thing, it's stretching all the way across the desk, and it perfectly holds this mic. Like, the thing is, this mic is too light for it once again. Like, this mic holds it, like, perfectly, exactly where you want it. If you want the mic over here, you just put it over there, and it sticks over there. If you want the mic over here, you put it over here, and it sticks over here. Usually, once again, this mic's a little bit too light for it. But, yeah, super high quality. And it's so high quality that while I was actually on a trip to Baltimore, I went ahead and bought a second one on clearance at Target. They had them for 70% off, so I couldn't pass that up. It was like $32, right, for a really good mic stand. And I also bought a lapel mic that is designed to record on phones, and I've tried it, and I'm not a huge fan of it. To be honest, it's just not to my standard of quality, unfortunately, which is disappointing for Rode. But I mean, Rode's been disappointing me in a lot of places, I guess, with this thing. I mean, granted, yeah, this microphone's nearing 30 years old now, but my Electro Voice RE20 is like 50 years old, and it's well, it's probably not actually 50 years old. It's a 50-year-old model, but yeah, this one I know is pre-2000s because I think Rode actually got sued by Neumann from the design of this looking too much like the Neumann U87, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's a snazzy looking microphone. Like, I like the look of this NT2 better than the NT2As. Like, I don't like all the switches on them. That's just my opinion. I like my microphones to not have any switches on them if I can help it, just because that's more stuff to break. But what can you do? I mean, like, if this didn't have like this crazy preamp board in it, once again, just opening this sucker up for you guys. If it didn't have this like crazy preamp board in it, I probably wouldn't have the issues that I have with it. So, yeah, what can you do? But yeah, generally speaking, Rode stuff is very high quality. It's just, unfortunately, I've had a couple Rode things fail me in quick succession. So, what can you do, right? But yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't have got rid of my Rode NT1. I sold a Rode NT1 that I had for like $90. Like I really got fleeced on that thing. I think I got it like $90 for it. Like it was really like not. I think they go for way more than that usually, but I was just selling it on eBay auction, I think, and I was stupid to put it on auction rather than for a buy it now. And what can you do? But anyway. Drink for this video is Waterloo Peach. I have been enjoying sparkling water again. That is something I have been enjoying as well because I cut out pop. That is one of the things that I've done in terms of trying to make my lifestyle a little bit healthier. I used to drink Diet Pop by the gallon. Now I don't drink Diet Pop anymore, but my new vice is sparkling water, so I probably drink anywhere from 4 to 6 cans of this a day, usually. And I mean, what can I say? It's it's grown on me. I used to be one of those people who was like, who would drink this stuff? And now I'm like, yeah, I drink 4 to 6 cans of it a day. And you know what? Sue me. I don't care. I love it. It's great. But yeah, anyway, what else do I have going down around town, you know what I'm saying? Any other updates or anything exciting that I have? I don't think I really have much. Just pretty much a bunch of plans. A plan to hopefully, get into another house that I have more space in to create more content. And that's the thing. Like when I move, after that move, and during the move, honestly, I'm going to like, this is going to be the first time I've set up a game room in 10 years, right? Like I'm going to do, this is the first time I've had a real game room, for crying out loud. So I'm going to go ham on like the setup and all that stuff. And it is going to be a blast. I am really looking forward to it. But yeah, that's that's something that is definitely going to be happening. I have decided on it 100%. Unfortunately, I do have the finances to do it. It's just a matter of finding the right house. So, that's the thing that's kind of taking a little bit of time, is finding the right house. I've looked at a couple houses and they've just not been the right houses. They've either not been in the right areas for me, or they've had issues that I can't really look past, or their price to what I'd be getting isn't good enough. So yeah, I mean, hopefully the right thing comes along, and it will. It's just a matter of waiting for it. So yeah, anything else? I know this video has been very rambly, by the way. It's been like just pure rambling. I think some people enjoy them, some people don't. So, once again, you can completely skip over this one and watch the pickup video that I will be probably uploading before this one. But I like to shoot this one first just so I get all the rambling about stuff out of the way. But yeah, I don't think I really have too much else to talk about. Unless I'm missing anything. Another gnat. Like, seriously, what the heck is up with these gnats? It's November, for crying out loud. I mean, but yeah, it has been like summer temperatures up until today, so, I guess they're all trying to get out of the outside and into, the warmth or whatever, but, and it's crazy because I didn't have gnats at any point, up until like September. Like the whole summer, my house has been entirely gnat free, and gnats are just a thing in Iowa. It's basically swampland that's turned to farmland. Like you can't really escape gnats. They're just a fact of life here. My dad grows carnivorous plants, so that's how he deals with them. I should probably get some carnivorous plants if I end up getting the job that I hope I'm getting and don't travel as much. But yeah, at this point, I wouldn't really be around to water them. So, because, I just kind of leave on a dime for a day or two and, what can you do, right? But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got for this video. Really nothing else that I can think of. So yeah, this has been Dusty. Thank you guys for watching. And I want to know, how you guys been doing? How have things been going for you? Because I know it's been a while since I've talked to a lot of you on YouTube, a lot of the regular viewers. But you know, we do have a little bit of a great community here. So I do really want to hear from you guys. So if you want to leave a comment just saying how you've been doing, then, you know, I'm definitely going to, like, I always read, reply, and heart comments, so that's just what I do. So, you know, yeah, I'd say that, you know, when it comes to YouTube, I mean, I've always said this, but realistically, I've never wanted like a massive channel. What I've always wanted was just to be part of the retro gaming community on YouTube, the pickups video community on YouTube, which is sort of almost died now. There's a couple pickup video YouTubers, you know, still around, but you know, they're fewer and farther between. I know, you know, there are still some out there. So a lot of them, you'll see in the comment section of my videos. So if you do make YouTube videos, also I do encourage you. Like, I know there are some content creators that don't encourage people to post that they make videos in their comments. Post that you make videos in your comments, and I will check them out. I mean, I figure, you know, you checked out my videos. The least I can do is check your guys's out. So because once again, that's kind of, YouTube has sort of discouraged the whole community aspect, and I think that's what's made a lot of people come over to Twitch, because I mean, Twitch, you know, the community thing is like a big thing there. You know, they really like the idea of, hey, you know, we want communities around these streamers that cross promote and that kind of thing. And yeah, that's a very healthy thing to have. So yeah, if you're a YouTuber, if you make YouTube videos, leave a comment saying that you do, and I'll check them out for sure. But yeah, this has been Dusty. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time. Take it easy.